Hello everyone. Let us solve the definition where we will read an input from the user and we will determine whether it is an integer or not. So we will need to create a few variables and I'm going to use the method of looping. So I for the looping counter, X to store the extracted character. Counter initialized with 0 indicates how many digit characters we have come across after the loop is over. N to store the length of the string, because even though this is a number validation, we're going to work with the input as a string. And I would need to extract even the first character. So I will use in the a dot char at 0th position. So if any more variables are required, we'll come back up here and we'll add in those variables. So first thing, let us create our for loop, which begins from the 0th value all the way till the last character, and every time we increment the value of I. Now, as far as the logic is concerned, we're just going to go ahead and extract the characters one by one from the ith position, and we will simply check if it is a digit character or not. So since we're looking for characters, we will be enclosing it in quotations. So if the extracted character is a digit character, we will add 1 to the counter. Now, once the loop is over, counter is actually going to reflect how many digit characters it came across during the execution of the for loop. Now, there are two possibilities. The first possibility is user would have entered a number straight away without any sign, or user might have entered a character which contains a leading plus or a minus sign. So we have to make provision for both these situations. So the first thing we will check is if the value of the counter is equal to the length of the string. That means all the characters it extracted were digit characters. Then safely go ahead and display it is an integer, and that should work. So the other possibility is that the user might not have entered the first character as a digit character, but might have entered the plus or the minus sign. So in that situation, we will use the else if ladder and see if the counter value is not equal to the length of the string, rather it is one less than the length of the string, then we will check for the first character. If the first character is a plus sign or the first character is a minus sign, one of them is true, and the length of the string minus 1 is equal to the number of characters. That means the number of digit characters you came across was one less than the length of the string, and the first character is the plus or the minus sign. Then in this situation, you can again safely say that it is a integer character. In all the other situations, you would simply come up with the response, it is not integer character. So let us try this in action and see how it works. So if I try to enter a fully integer character string, it says it is an integer with a fractional addition to it. It is not an integer, so that is working fine. What if I had a leading plus or a minus sign? Yes, it says it is an integer character. What if I entered a non-digit character? It says it is not an integer character. So far it is working fine. Go ahead and try this, and in the next video I'll come up with another solution to the same definition.